Okay, welcome to this presentation, and we will be talking about the use of the conditional relative frequency in finding out if there is an association between two categorical variables. All right. In this situation, we have a team of 8th grade students who wanted to investigate if it is helpful to know the gender to determine the after-school activity preference of the middle school students. And we have the data here. So on this side of the table, we have the gender, we have the males and the females, and then we have the choices, namely basketball, chess club, band, and not involved. Okay, so for the number of females being interviewed, there were 60. For the males, there were 40, and all in all, there were 100 students or middle school students who were interviewed. And of the 60 females, we have 20. Okay, so these are the breakdown of the number of students who participated in the interview or survey. All right. Now, in order for us to find out if there's an association between the gender and the choices for the after-school program, we need to convert these raw frequencies to what we call the raw conditional relative frequency. And how do we do that? We divide the raw frequency, okay, that's 20 for females. Okay, for females, 20 chose basketball, and we divide 20 by 60. And that gives us about 333 thousandths. And then you might think why we are rounding this off to the 3 decimal place. That's the instruction. We have to round this off to the nearest thousands. And in fact, the more places you have in the decimal place, the more accurate will be your value. Then we divide for chess club. Females, there are 10 out of 60, so 10 divided by 60, that's about 167 thousandths. Same information for band. We have 10 out of 60, that's about 167 thousandths. For females who don't want to be involved, you have 20 out of 60. That's again 333 thousandths. All right. And of course, there are 60 out of 60 females, and that's equal to 1.00. So how do we interpret the numbers that we got from our computations? So if you recall, the numerator is our part and the denominator is our total, so therefore the decimal number here is the percent or the rate. So that means if we multiply each of these numbers by 100, we get the percent. So 333 thousandths in percent, that's going to be 33%. So 33% of the females chose basketball. 16.7% of the females chose chess to join chess club, and then 16.7% of the females want to join the band, and 33.3% don't want to be involved. All right, so that's how we interpret this raw conditional relative frequency. Now let's move on to the males. For the males, okay, so for basketball we have 20, but then there are how many males in all? 40. So we divide 20 by 40, that's equal to 50%. Then we have for chess club, that's 2 out of 40, that's about 5%. And then don't forget your decimal point. Then you have 8 out of 40, that's about 20%. And 10 out of 40, that's 25%. All right. So then 40 out of 40 males, that's equal to 100%. All right. Now, let's take a look at the totals. So that means we have 40 out of 100. So all in all, 40 out of 100, or 40% of the students chose to play basketball after school. For chess club, that's 12 out of 100, so that means 12% of the students want to join the chess club. For band, you have 18 out of 100, that's 18%. Then for not involved, that's 30 out of 100, that's 30%. And 100 out of 100, of course, is equal to 1 0.00 or 100%. All right. We have converted each row frequency to the row conditional relative frequency. Now we can do our analysis. First question, for what after school? So we're asked, for what after school activities do you think the row conditional frequencies for males and females are very different? Okay, so what we're going to do, remember the first row, the one in green, are for the row conditional relative frequency for the females. The blue are for the males. So we are going to compare these numbers for every column. So that's for basketball. We see that for females it's 33%, for males that is 50%. Obviously these numbers are very different. All right, for chess club we have this pair. For females, that's 16.7%. For males, it's only 5%. Obviously, these two numbers are far from each other or very far apart. And then for band, the females we have 16.7% of them wanted to join the band. And for males, about 20%. Well, these numbers are still not equal. Then for not involved, like 33% for females and only 25% for males. So the numbers here are not equal. Very good. So therefore, those choices where we put a check mark, because those are the choices wherein the row conditional relative frequencies are different. All right. So these are the after school activities wherein the row conditional relative frequencies are very different. They are, of course, basketball. You have to enumerate them, okay? You don't say all of them. You have chess club, band, and not involved. All right, of course, not involved is not a club, but that's one of your choices. All right, so next question. So what might explain why males and females select different activities? So why do you think, what is your basis in choosing these activities? Well, definitely one factor would be our interest, right? People have different interests, so therefore they choose differently. And then could also be your available schedule. All right. Okay, so those are some of the possible answers or reasons. All right, now let's take a look at Christopher. Christopher is a male middle school student who completed the after-school survey. Now, what would you predict was his response? So let's take a look. Christopher was a male, right? So let's take a look at the males. So among the males, the most popular, because it has the highest number or highest row conditional relative frequency, is basketball. So we would say that it's very likely that Christopher will also choose basketball. So we will say Christopher will most likely choose basketball based on data basketball is the most popular choice among male students. All right. Okay. So that will be our reason. Now let's go to number 5. Tamiko, a female middle school student, also completed this after-school survey. Now, what would you predict was her response? So let's take a look at the females. Among the females, which of the choices is most popular? We see 2, namely basketball and not involved. So therefore, we would say that Tamiko will most likely choose basketball or not involved. Oops. All right. Why? Based on data, these two choices are the most popular among female students. All right. So that's it. Okay, so because whatever is most popular based on data, that's most highly the choice of a person for a certain gender. All right. So next, number 6. Now notice that 20 female students participate in basketball and that also 20 male students participate in basketball. So that is based on this table, right? Okay, now, is it accurate to say that females and males are equally involved in basketball? Equally involved. Now, you might say they have the same number of males and females who choose basketball, but we have to compare these numbers here with their corresponding totals. Remember, there are 60 females and there are only 40 males. So if we compare 20 to 60, based on what we got, 24 females out of 60 is only 33%, while the 20 males is already 50%. So therefore, we can say that they are not equally, or males and females are not equally involved in basketball. Why? Because their total for each, the total number of males and females are not equal. All right. So we say no, it's not appropriate because it's appropriate to say that females and males are equally involved in basketball because the total number of females and males are not equal. Okay. And so let's move on. Number 7. Do you think there is an association between gender and choice of after-school program? Explain. Remember, based on the rule, 2 categorical variables show, or there is an evidence that there is an association between 2 categorical variables whenever the row categorical, or the row conditional relative frequencies for each column are different. Okay, so and then we know that in all the 4 choices, the row conditional relative frequencies are different. Therefore, yes, there is an evidence of an association between gender and choice and after school choice. Why? Because the row conditional relative frequencies in each column are not equal, or they're different. Okay. All right. So what does this mean? That it is helpful to know the gender to determine the after-school program that the student will choose. Okay.